Hi, everybody. I'm Phil from Beer Goals, and today my beer goal is to have a beer with my buddies. This is Drinking Buddies, and I'm super excited because I've got a couple of very special guests today, all the way live from Australia. We've got Josh and Chris from the Beer Buddy Podcast. All right, we are having a cheers all the way from the USA to Australia. I'm going to bring these guys in. Here we go.
Hey.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Oh, what have you got there?
I don't know. It's Larry.
Some feedback. Hold on one sec. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Cheers, guys. Let us know what you're drinking.
What you got there, Josh?
I have got a Larry beer, it's called. It's from Your Mates Brewing here in the Sunshine Coast in Australia. So I just picked it earlier because the can's pretty cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
That is nice, excellent. I love a crazy can.
Yeah.
So, I've gone with Five Barrel Brewing, who are I think they're from around here somewhere. Wollongong. They're from Wollongong, New South Wales.
Nice.
And I've got a Flip Side.
Wow.
It's got nothing says Australia quite more than a koala.
Of course, You've got the koala bear. All right, that is the most Australian beer I've ever seen. That's awesome.
Very good.
All right, so everybody, if you're just joining us, we had a little audio issue there. Welcome to Drinking Buddies. I'm Phil from Beer Goals, and my beer goal is to have a cheers from the USA to Australia. This is Josh and Chris, all the way from. You guys are in Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia.
Very
Sydney,
cool.
Australia.
That's awesome. So on behalf of the entire United States of America, cheers to Australia, guys.
Cheers America.
Cheers, America. And actually, funnily enough, we're in Australia, but we're from the UK. I don't know if you can tell from our accents.
No, I can't because I'm an American. Wait, you're from the UK? That ruins all of my... I had a bunch of Australian jokes planned. Jokes. No.
We are Australian citizens.
Yeah,
so.
technically we're Australian.
All right, it works.
I've lived here now longer than I did in the UK by about 3 months, so I'm technically more Australian.
Nice. All right, very cool. Well, you guys are gonna love. I don't know if in Australia the craft beer scene, we can get into that.
Pretty good. Yeah,
it's very good. Well, because I'm actually drinking 50 beers across America. So 50 beers in each state, which works out to about 2,550 beers. And that's if you include Washington, D.C., which is technically not.
Did you do that in your head? Did you do that maths in your head?
No, gosh, no. I'm really terrible at math. Too much beer. So I have that memorized.
Sorry, explain to that once more. You're drinking 50 different beers.
Yes.
But not in the same glass. No.
No. I have different glasses. So 50 different craft beers that are brewed in each U.S. state. So like 50 beers here in California, 50 beers in Oregon, 50 beers in New York. And that's over time will add up to 2,550 craft beers.
Wow, that's amazing. I can see some of the comments coming in. Paul, Drew, looks like Abraham Lincoln. Is it me? Do you mean me? Is it the beard?
You do, don't you?
More like Abraham drinking, am I right?
Yeah, Abraham drinking.
So anyways, this is one of the beers I'm drinking for my 50 beers in New York. This, I don't know if you guys can see this right here, is a Hatch Peppercorn Blonde Ale. So it's a pepper beer. Yeah, a Hatch Pepper Blonde Ale. So I'm just having a sip right now. It tastes like pepper. It tastes like somebody took like pepper and poured it like into my beer.
Really? We had a Mexican beer the other day, didn't we, Josh? The taco beer. And apparently it's got coriander, corn.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Wow. It was spicy then.
It was really nice though, wasn't it? It was like really nice. El Jefe, I think it was called.
Well, there was that one too. That also had corn, but there wasn't.
Oh, sorry, of course.
Taco beer or taco beer.
Yeah. Taco beer?
Yeah.
Wait, you had a taco beer?
Yeah, we had a taco beer. I can't remember what it was called. It was a Mexican. What was it called? I don't know. No. We should have had it with
No, I think it was actually called taco. I think it was called taco beer. I think it was actually.
It was. It's from Two Birds. Yeah. Two Birds Brewery. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious. I've had a couple weeks ago. I drank a jalapeno beer, and that was spicy going down.
Yeah.
It was actually
coming out, I imagine.
yeah. That's gonna be that's gonna be a two-way situation. I don't know what that means. But this one, it's the same brewery actually out of New York, out of Rochester, New York. K2 Brothers Brewing. Who did the jalapeno beer. So they like spicy beers. which is not what New York's known for. I don't know why. I don't know why they're spicing it up over there. Maybe to keep warm in the cold.
Yeah.
But it's so. First of all, you guys are drinking beer from the future, right? Because it's Friday night here. We're having our happy hour, but you guys are actually having lunchtime beers on Saturday, which I find this amazing. Wow.
It's 6 minutes past 1 p.m. on Saturday afternoon here.
Yeah.
So what's beer like in the future? Is it
It's
like
pretty good.
Fly?
Not too bad.
Yeah,
It's sunny,
beer
refreshing.
flies past you.
You got to drink it at 88 miles an hour.
There you go.
Very good.
Thank you, little.
Oh, very cool. So I wanted to share with you guys something. I always wanted to ask an Australian in person. I guess this is like as in person as we get these days. So a couple years ago, or not even years, the other year, we had a beer goal to create a beer pillow. Now I'm just going to show you a little bit of it, and I want to get your guys what comes to mind because I've gotten some different reactions. This thing went all over the world, but we got different reactions specifically from people in Australia. So I'm going to show you a little bit of this.
Can't wait.
All right.
Wow, some good sound effects.
I know what it reminds me of.
Yes.
An Australian thing over here.
What is it?
The goon bag.
Yes, the goon bag.
The goon bag.
All the comments are like, I thought I was being like really original and like, oh look, we have a beer pillow. Everybody go make a beer pillow. And Australians are like, yeah, that's a goon bag, mate. I'm like, what? Come on.
You have to remember we're in the future, so that we know
there
these
you
things.
go. You're the future.
Yeah.
So tell us all about a goon bag. How's a goon bag work?
So a goon bag, basically we have, if you'd like, a 3-liter box of wine that you can get from the bottle shop.
Who doesn't? You
don't, right? So which they refer to as goon over here because it's cheap and it gets you absolutely munted very quickly. So you drink the entire, bag of goon, the wine, all the way down. All this little kind of, there's little plastic dispensary things it has. You push down and you.
Right. Yeah. Reminds me of college. Yeah.
Flat bladder in the end, and then you open it up, blow it up. It's a pillow. So once you're munted, you can lay down and have a little sleep on your goon bag. So
wait, rewind. What's that word you guys? Because I love like learning slang like this. You said
munted.
Mounted.
Yes. So mounted is drunk. Mounted is slams.
Yeah.
No,
not
mounted. I'm using that.
No. Like munted.
Oh, not mounted. Mounted's a whole other thing.
No.
I don't want to get mounted.
No, you don't.
Munted.
Munted. Yeah.
Munted. All right. I like that. Cheers for getting munted.
Yeah, cheers. on a Saturday afternoon.
So
the other thing they used to do in Australia, from what I understand, is that another Australian invention is the Hills hoist, which is like a drying line, like a spider circular drying line that you spin around, right? And you hang bags of goon wine off it, and they spin it around, and if you lay it underneath it, it lands above you, then you get a drink of it, and they call it Goon of Fortune.
Oh, I love that. Goon of Fortune. We got to figure out a way to do it for beer goals. We'll do it with like beer.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. So actually reminds somebody here, Frederick Von Pickle, real name. He says wine in a box. Yes.
That's essentially what it is. Yeah, pretty much.
We have wine in a box. So you rip open the box and you can like take it to a stadium, like put it in like your jacket or like your hat. Yeah. My whole thing is though, I'm a beer drinker. I got to figure out how to like convert that to like beer, right? So.
I mean, you've done the beer pillow, right? So that's the same.
Beer pillow, right? Yeah, beer is essentially the beer pillow. Yeah, I just got to take the beer pillow and
just take it anywhere on the street. In fact, that would be great for the homeless, wouldn't it? Really, beer pillow kind of helps them. Sorry, I sound like a horrible person at the moment.
No, keep going with that one. Keep going with that one.
And then it gives them
more about this.
Next.
That's great. So thank you for finally. I got to learn about the goon bag. The goon bag. It gives me a lot of ideas though, and Wheel of Fortune. What was it? Wheel of Fortune.
Goon of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Cheers to that. That is great. So like I said, if you'll just join us, I'm drinking a pepper ale. This thing is spicy. It actually made me think. It tastes like somebody because some people, I don't know if you guys do this. In the States, people put salt like in lager beers, like in like a Bud Light or something like that. They'll take have you guys ever heard of this? Putting salt in beer. Okay, so
there's no need.
Is there anything that you guys put in your beer that's I call it beer modifications?
Well, growing up in England, my mum used to always drink lager and lime. So she always put a sip of lime.
Okay, lime. Lime could be good. That actually sounds tasty.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And also, I guess coming from the UK, there was a drink that was quite fashionable when we used to go to the pubs called Snakebite and Black.
Yes.
So it was a pint glass, half of cider, like apple cider, half of lager, and then blackcurrant in the top.
Yeah.
And it would get you, as Chris would say, it would get you absolutely munted.
Munted, yes. Somebody get munted from that.
Snakebite and Black. Yeah, they were great, weren't they? Yeah.
Snakebite. That's not. The way you say it makes it sound like delicious. It sounds amazing. But let me see if you guys can make. Let me see if you guys can make this sound delicious, because we actually tried one of our beer goals the other week was to try different things in beer to see if it tasted pretty good. Okay. So get your guys' reaction to this. Here we go.
Some people put salt. Recently, people have been putting pickles. Me, I like ranch.
No, come on. You can tell you're not enjoying that.
Oh, it's good. It was good.
Was
your
it?
Eyes say it all.
The eyes are crying. Everything in your head is like, please stop this now. What am I doing with my life? And now you're...
What have I become?
Oh my god.
Which is the worst? Is it the pickle?
All right, I'll stop. I'll make it stop.
That's making me feel sick.
So you guys, there's nothing like that. You guys don't put ranch in your beer?
No, not yet. Maybe we'll try that for one of our podcasts.
Ranch in my salad, to be honest.
It was a beer salad.
But it would curdle, right? Did it curdle and you have to kind of chew it?
Yeah, a little bit. It was gross, man. See, I try these things. I try these beer experiments, so you don't have to.
It's great, yeah. But it's disgusting. I watched one of your live videos before, and you had garlic beer, didn't you?
Yes, actually, out of Montana, there was a garlic beer. It was Vampire Slayer garlic beer. It actually tasted kind of like drinking. If you ever had garlic knots or a garlic
I love garlic, but garlic, yeah,
garlic bread, from an Italian restaurant, and just drinking the juice that comes off the.
Nope, no thanks.
I don't know. Again, I do this. I drink these beers so you don't have to. So
Josh and I
appreciate that.
We did a bit of research into some weird beers, actually, because we have a little segment on our podcast, on Beer Buddy podcast, about weird beers. And one of our favorites probably came from Iceland. Now, so they brew one every year around one of the festivals that they have that kind of celebrates Thor and all those kind of gods, Nordic gods.
Icelandic things.
Icelandic gods, yeah. And they've got one that they brew from whale testicle.
Oh!
Whale testicle. Now, the thing about Iceland, if you don't know this, is Iceland's got no trees. It has no trees at all. So create a fire and that smoky feel. What they have to use to get that smokiness from the whale testicle is they actually put it in sheep shit. Or goat or sheep. I can't remember. Goat or sheep.
It's much for muchness, isn't it, really?
It's weird, it's not weird, right?
They're all making the same thing.
So that's their... what's it called? That's from Stena Brewery?
Steggy. Stedji, I think. Yeah, Steggy. But we got in contact with them, didn't we? And they left us a voicemail, and I'm hoping they can send us some to try. And they said they could, so we'll see. But
because I've seen a lot of craft brewers they'll make a chocolate milk stout, and they'll show pictures here's the chocolate, and they're literally just taking bags of milk chocolate and throwing it into the brew. So my question is, the whale testicle beer. Yeah. So they just have a handful of whale testicles. You're right. So I was holding I was thinking of mine. No, it's more
yeah, that'd be massive.
I think the whale testicles are absolutely massive, aren't they? They're just absolutely huge.
I would assume. Although it'd be funny if it was the opposite. Everybody's oh yeah, let's check out the huge whale testicle.
And they're like that. Yeah.
They're a little tiny.
And then the other one we talked about, in fact, last night was a Danish beer that's been brewed from 50,000 liters of piss taken from a Danish music festival, from their public toilets, from the
It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pissner.
Oh man, I love a good pun. A pissner.
A pissner, that's what they called it, and it's so that was. And they're not even the most gross beers that we've talked about before. We've had
loads, haven't they? Like
reindeer
pine needles. Oh, reindeer blood. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Did you actually try these, or you just found?
No, we just found these online, and we wanted to try them. What was the other one? Some sort of
in New Zealand.
Stuff.
Yes, it was.
Sorry, I kind of ruined it for you.
No, you're right. It was in New Zealand. It was the horse semen beer.
I gotta look these up, man. You guys in Australia are like on some weird beer blogs. I don't know, Beer Goals family. Like, can you guys top whale testicles or horse semen or deer blood beer? Oh wow! I'm just like, I thought it was cool with like my pepper beer. You guys are blowing my mind.
That's terrible.
I was like, hey guys, I got like a pepper beer. You're like, horse semen, yeah.
It's so death metal, wasn't it? That vampire jizz.
That's amazing. Well, anybody just joining us, welcome to Drinking Buddies. I'm having a beer with my buddies. We got speaking of Beer Buddy Podcast, Josh and Chris, all the way in Australia. We're trying to get a cheers going from USA all the way to Australia. These guys are in the future. So it's like, boom. Let's like check in with another cheers. Boom. Cheers. All right.
Got my Larry beer.
How's the Larry beer taste? And
it's a pale ale. It's not like your pepper beer or your garlic beer. It's a pale ale, and it's lovely. But it's
okay.
It says everyone knows a Larry. He's a summer-loving party shirt kind of fella in his element at the beach or a barbecue. Larry's always frothing. He's your larrikin mate. Larrikin. Larrikin is a very Aussie word, isn't it? A larrikin, which is like what would be the equivalent in normal English?
Larrikin.
Just like a dude, like a guy, like a
dude, like a lad.
Bro.
Causes a bit of trouble, bit of messes around, a bit cheeky.
Yeah, larrikin.
Yeah. Oh, is it okay? Can Americans say cheers, mate, or is that weird? If I go cheers, mate.
That's cultural appropriation.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was thinking about when I was going to talk to you guys. I was like, cheers, mate. I'm like, am I allowed to say that? Like, I don't know.
We don't say dude, So it's the same thing.
All right, then cheers, mate. All right.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Like, even I feel wrong saying it because I'm not strictly,
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
me neither. No. I think Chris and I are in a good position that where we're living in Australia, but we're English. We've kind of got a license to take the piss out of Australians and English, and maybe if you let us, we can take the piss out of Americans.
Of course, please do. We deserve it,
but not genuinely. We don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah, that's all right. They'll pile on here in Beer Goals group. They will let you know.
We get attacked.
They will let you know.
You guys don't have stubby coolers in the US, do you? Or stubby holders?
No. What's that?
So where it's quite hot here, obviously it's always pretty warm, and you get condensation in your can. You get these things called stubby holders that you put them in.
Oh, a beer koozie, a koozie.
Okay. A koozie.
Yes. What do you call it? A stubby holder?
Stubby cooler or a stubby holder? What do you?
Love that. I love that. I like you got your beer buddy. You got your beer buddy stubby.
It's an old one. It's an old one, but yeah, I've got it.
I gotta get those.
I was in Texas a few years ago, down in Austin, Round Rock, I think it was called. And I had a mate live down there, and we put the cans in this little. It was like you screwed the top off, and you actually put the can physically all the way in, and then screwed the top back on.
Oh, okay.
Insulated it. It's amazing, and it floated in the swimming pool too.
Oh, that's cool for the pool. I don't use any of those. I don't know. You guys use like koozies or stubby mates? Stubby cool. Okay, I like it.
Stubby coolers or stubby holders. Yeah.
I like koozies. To be honest.
I want to start using koozie. Yeah, definitely.
Koozie. I think I'm saying it right. I don't even use a koozie because I just drink my beer too fast. Like I don't have time to like I gotta keep it cold. I'm just
no need, is there?
Boom. I'm like drinking my beer. Unless it's a pepper beer. This one I'm gonna drink slowly.
Well, so in Queensland over here and in Northern Territory and places like that, they actually serve beer in smaller glasses for that reason. Yeah. So
okay.
In middies. whereas in New South Wales it's schooners, and in Melbourne they actually have pints. So every state has its own kind of version of a standard beer size or glass.
Oh, interesting.
But then in the hotter places, the glasses are smaller because they get warmer quicker.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I don't know regional beerware. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like something. All I know is pint glass, and then you get a tulip. It's more based on the alcohol percentage than the weather. It's more like, you know, if you get like a really high ABV craft beer, like a bourbon barrel stout with like 11%, it'll get like the tulip glass. I don't know though. Yeah, regional glassware. That's interesting.
And I think also in the hotter places like Queensland and stuff, that they tend to drink mid-strength beers rather than full-strength beers because they'll drink.
Okay.
So they're like 2 or 3% type beers, whereas
gotcha.
5%. Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask. What is like the popular like big brand Australian beers that like, because like we have like our Bud and our Coors Light, like a lot of beers.
I guess I guess equivalent to your like Bud or Coors Light would be here probably VB, right, Chris? Would you say?
I would say VB. I mean,
Victoria Bitter, it's called, but I don't like. It's not very nice. I don't want to offend any Australians, but it's not the nicest beer, is it?
It's one of those things that I don't think anyone will admit to actually drinking, but clearly they still sell them.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. Yeah.
Coopers, those are all pretty big beer
Coopers.
brands.
I love Coopers. Is good. It's like a pale ale. It's just standard.
Coopers,
I've got loads in the fridge. Yeah.
Well, I always know. So in our Beer Goals group on Facebook, so I see the posts. I could go through a lot of the posts every day. People drinking beer from all over the world. We got a lot of beer buddies in South Africa and the UK and like all over the world. And we've started recently to get a lot of folks from Australia. And I can always tell recently when it's an Australian guy posting his beer because there'll be like no shirt. Let's be like shirt off. Like, shirt off. Just like a dude with his shirt off, just like rocking a VB beer, and I'm like, all right, cool, man.
That is very Australian. But they've got a mullet. They'll probably have a mullet as well, like short sides and long back.
Yeah, but I like even before I see the beer, and then the VB beer confirms that it's from Australia.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The beer that they don't drink Australia, but is an Australian beer, in theory, is things like Foster's and. So
really?
In England, like everyone drinks Foster's, thinking that is the national beer of Australia, and I've not.
Well, all the adverts really kind of. No,
really.
The adverts in the UK really kind of drum it up as the Australian beer, don't they? But you can't buy it here for love nor money. You wouldn't want it; it tastes like piss. But
that's hysterical. Because in America here, we get like advertisements for Foster's beer, and they got some guy doing like a bad Australian accent or whatever. He's like, Foster's, it's Australian for beer. Sorry, and so and then it's like he puts it down like beer, and it's like supposed to be like the Australian beer. That's hysterical because we do that with like different things. Where like like in America, like the Chinese food is all like just pretend, like like we have like Panda Express. It's like not like real Chinese food at all. So it's kind of like they're appropriating Australian beer and calling it beer. That's so funny. I love that.
Yeah, no one drinks it. It's you guys drink Budweiser, don't you? Though, really, like you are.
A lot of people love Budweiser. I see so much Budweiser, and I'm like, I should have invested in Budweiser. But that's like my one beer. I don't no beer snobbing. I don't like to have some beer snobbing here. But I went and I like drank like a bunch of craft beer lagers. Like maybe I just don't like lagers. Like no, I tried like lagers from different craft breweries. Very delicious. And then I tried going back to Budweiser, and it's just like. Oh, the smell hits you. I don't know if you guys have Subway sandwiches, but it's kind of like saying Subway is like a sandwich. You know that weird chemical smell that like they wafts out of the restaurant. You're just like, oh god, I guess it's meat.
That's why I love them so much. Yeah.
I remember going to New York when I was about 20 odd, and I went to this bar in a village called McSorley's. I don't know if you've ever heard of McSorley's in New York, but you went in. And they said, what do you want? And I said, oh, what have you got? And he says, dark or light.
Nice.
They had 2 beers in the whole pub was just 2 beers. A dark
both Budweiser as well.
So it's like, it reminded me of that scene in Blues Brothers where he goes to the, what music do you play? Both country and Western. It was like that. It was like,
that's funny.
It was amazing. It was one of the best pubs. And I stayed there, I think, for about 3 weeks and didn't leave.
In that pub.
Yeah.
All right. So those are a little bit. So Denise says, Denise from Southern California says, "Cheers. What's a proper Australian beer?" Great question. So those are the doozies. What's like a oh man, somebody who loves beer coming to us, visit Australia, what should they try?
If you come to Australia, the first beer I would say you're going to see is VB, right, Chris? Depending on what state you're in. So New South Wales and probably...
What's like a good one? What's like, all right, those are the doozies. What's like a...
For me, Cooper's.
Cooper's, okay.
I like Cooper's Pale Ale. I'll go and get one and show you in the fridge because I've got one. So are you happy for me to go and get a beer?
Yeah, go and get it, Josh. I'm a Gem Squires fan. So they do Lashers, which is a great... And I think a lot of people think... And Little Creatures, which is a Western Australian beer.
Oh, okay.
Really, really popular over here. So that's my go-to beer. Blake actually on the chat just said Great Northern. Yeah, Great Northern one. I think it comes from who's Great Northern? I wonder which brewer it is, but yeah.
Oh, wait, Blake also has a comment. You look a little like Scarlett Johansson with the beard.
Yeah. Funny enough, I hear that a lot.
Really? Wow. Yeah. I didn't even notice that. But that's a compliment. It's very... Oh, wow. Okay. That looks like a good beer. Like comes in a bottle.
It's nice. It's in a bottle, but it's nice. You can get them in cans, but I quite like them. So
nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, two-fisted. That's what we call two-fisted it. Boom. Cheers.
Cheers.
You guys are just joining us.
Johansson thing.
Yeah, let's follow back on that.
Yeah.
So wait, he says
we know Blake, and I think he's just being a bit of a dickhead.
Oh, okay.
I'll take that. I'll take that as a compliment because
I was like, wow.
Well, he usually gets called Ellen DeGeneres, so it's better, isn't it, for you?
But I'm not as much as a horrible person as Ellen DeGeneres. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. She's
just a guy who likes his beer. Nothing wrong with that, man.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Ellen.
So if you guys are just joining us, this is Drinking Buddies, and I'm here with the Beer Buddy podcast, Josh and Chris, all the way from Australia. Cheers across the continents. All right. Now I was going to share with you guys just like some weird kind of news items I found. You guys sound like you're kind of up on this kind of thing, but did you guys hear about this one? There's a beer coming out of France that they have like a blue beer. I'm trying to see it here. That's the Happy Urban Blue. They're actually brewing this beer with blue algae. Am I saying right? Algae. I can't talk right now. It's too much. Look at it. I've only had this much, and I'm already done. I'm munted.
Hey.
Yeah. So anyway, as you guys can see, I try a lot of weird beers. One of my beer goals is try as much weird beer as possible. This one kind of freaks me out because they're taking like plant life, putting in, or taking like sea creatures, like whatever, putting it in there. Blue beer. What is the weirdest color beer? Sea creatures or otherwise that you guys have had?
I've never had anything that's not been beer colored. I'll be honest.
No, me neither.
Really?
Maybe in some. I've been to a couple of Belgian pubs in the past where you have like fruit flavored beer and it's red, but that's not it's not weird, is it? Not like blue.
So. Yeah.
Look, that's like Willy Wonka shit. That I don't.
That is, yeah, Willy Wonka. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. No, that's I've been quite pedestrian in my colours of beers.
So you're kind of missionary, aren't you?
Yeah. The missionary style of beer. I love that. Yeah. That should be a T-shirt. Missionary beer. If you drink light beer, you're basically doing the missionary beer.
By yourself. Yeah.
My understanding that algae is actually poisonous, though, right? Like it's not a good thing. Algae, is it? That's a disease.
I don't know. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to drink too much of it, would you? Because it would get all in your stomach, and you would become algae. I think what happens.
Algae is green anyway, isn't it? Usually. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. How is it blue? I guess it's blue algae. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Weird. Yeah, they found like a weird. It's not even like normal. I'll be like, oh, cool. Like that sounds natural. They went out and like found the weirdest possible one they could, and we're like, you know what? Let's see if these weird craft beer people will drink it.
Well, we've heard what they put in them. There's a guy made from one of those hipsters has made a craft beer from his own beard.
One of those hipsters.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, from his beard.
From his beard, yeah, he's brewed beer, and there's a guy that's brewed one from a fossil from about 35 million years ago. So,
oh no, that's cool.
But that's a waste, though, isn't it? Surely that's a very valuable thing, isn't it? Like a fossil, wouldn't you think? You like just whack it in a beer.
Very
expensive. A little chip on. I think that's like a crime against humanity. You're not supposed to destroy like ancient things.
Yeah,
a crime against something. I don't know.
We looked at one that was 85% alcohol, didn't we? Beer.
Wow.
was...
We had the debate, like, when does it stop being beer? Because if it's that strong, it's like...
It can't even be carbonated because it's so thick and it's so dense.
Was that the snake venom? I know there's one called snake venom.
Yes, it was that. Yeah.
I want to try that one.
Insane. I'm assuming you have to do that as a shot glass, right? It's a shot glass.
You'd have to, yeah.
Yeah, it comes in like a little sifter. It's like, to me, like, I think there is technically, like, I mean, even legally, like, certain types of beer or certain types of, like, it has to follow the brewing process. It's not considered beer anymore. So I think a lot of beer connoisseurs are like, nah, the snake venom doesn't count as beer. So I would love to try the highest ABV beer that is technically beer, and then I'll throw in the snake venom.
That's probably gonna be like a Belgian beer, probably.
Yeah.
They do some crazy. Now, what happened over here was because a lot of the beers actually brought their percentages down in terms of alcohol content because they were getting taxed at a certain rate. So the tax was much higher on beers that were over 5% or whatever. So a lot of them brought them down like 4.9. Because traditionally, I think most beers are around about 5.2, 5.3, and they'd literally
around that,
down a few points just to get the tax, which is a shame. So fucking Australians.
Well, is there anywhere that you guys won't like drink beer? Because I found some like really kind of interesting stuff. People trying to a lot like golfing and stuff like that. So these guys came up with just totally the Beer Goals wheelhouse here. These guys created like a club, as you can see, that like you can pour your beer into your drink into.
Wow.
Check this out. This is like a short thing. Check this out. These guys figured out a way to sneak beer onto the course. I guess they don't have to pay for it. So boom, you got your beer. Yeah, they're gonna do that.
I imagine it would really improve your game as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, look at this guy's so happy he figured it out. All right, it's from like Sharper Image or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's total Beer Goals. Like, all right, figure out a way to sneak a club filled with beer. You can like down the beer, take a swing. Before you drive, you got to drink your shaft. I guess.
But don't drink and drive.
Drink and drive, right?
Oh.
But the other problem. So I thought that was really cool. But then I found this, which is disturbing, is there's also people who came up with a club where you...
Are you tired because your bladder is about to explode now? Wow, instead of going and peeing in the bushes like some kind of crazy man. Look at his face. He looks like he's got gonorrhea or something. I mean, he's physically peeing all over the place. Try the pee-pee stick. You can take it out of your bag. You can open it up so anyone will recognize that you're actually taking a piss. And unscrew it. You just rotate the cap off. Our Euro Club brand your crotch and get to urinating inside of our reservoir.
All right. So anyway, so you see where I'm going with this, right? Somebody had the idea to have like a beer club that you drink beer out of, and I think it was like the same people. Like, you know what? That's not selling. Let's just like have a club you can piss into. Or what if you accidentally get the beer club and the piss club, and you mix them up?
And that's going to be bad. No. I suppose I don't play golf at all, but any good golfer won't mix their clubs up, right? So you're going to know if it's the piss or the what's both piss really.
The beer club, yeah.
It's a Danish invention.
It's
probably invention. Straight out.
Oh, that's great. So anyway, I don't really golf either. So, but you might see me with a couple just like walking around with my golf clubs, one
just
beer,
for
one
a drink.
piss.
Yeah.
How would you normally sneak beer into a football game or whatever? How would you do that?
How would I do it? Because they're like a lot. $20 for a beer. I would probably just wear a big coat. Just wear like a coat, like put them in there. Maybe do just like a water bottle, like that was my water bottle. But that's a good question. All right, everybody, how would you sneak? What's your best method of sneaking beer into a stadium? Or even like a movie theater. I've taken beers to movie theaters. That's fun. You just put them in your pocket. I wear like those baggy pants. You guys ever have like those baggy pants with like the?
I think I'd fill a balloon up with beer and just shove it in my ass.
I
think I'd use your beer pillow, Phil. I think I'd go.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
wrap that on my top because I've got a gut anyway, so no one would know.
Yeah. Put it under your shirt, just like boom.
I'd go.
You get what? Sorry, Chris?
Yeah, I'd get a patent for that. Is that copyright idea?
No, not yet. No, we got to do that. Start selling. But yeah, that brings us full circle. We get the goon bag. We just have that under our shirt. Get a beer pillow, and be like, oh, this is for my back. 'Cause I'm getting old. I'm like, oh, this is my back. Like, I need my beer, my pillow.
I know there's one you can get in a bra. So
yes.
The ladies of beer girls, they can use the bra one.
Well, don't discriminate, Chris. We could all wear a bra. I'm wearing one now.
Yeah. I got A cups, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud. Whatever.
There you go, Denise. That's what Denise says. Denise says boobs are a great way to sneak booze into. So there you go. I mean, I don't know if she's putting it into her boobs or
like literally.
So I've heard.
I'm more intrigued on that, Denise.
Wow. Yeah, that brings up a lot of questions, Denise. I don't know how does that work.
That probably exists. Actually, I'm going to search on Google. I bet there is some sort of breast milk lager. I guarantee it.
Breast milk lager? Oh,
I bet there is.
I know there was ice cream. I think like Lady Gaga or somebody was selling that. There was ice cream.
Of course.
Yeah, there was So I think, but definitely I don't know. I don't think I would do that. Little milkshake IPA, a little too much mother's milk in the milkshake IPA. Took a turn, guys.
I want to know more, Phil, about drinking in America. So when growing up in England, because we can drink at 18 in pubs and 16 in restaurants, actually.
Wow.
So we were always told that Americans don't really drink. And I remember the first time I went to America, it was like people thought you were a bit odd for going to the pub every night and things like that. Is there some social stigma with drinking in America, or is that
probably more than in Europe and other places? Yeah, like that. Like definitely, I think it started probably. I was just talking about this probably 40 years ago. The drinking age used to be 18, and there was a big push. I think it was like Mothers Against Drunk Driving was the group, and they actually pushed that. The laws changed to make drinking at 21 because they wanted to reduce the amount of drinking and driving accidents. And so I don't know the exact history of it. Long story short, they had a big campaign and they got the law changed to make drinking age 21. And yeah, so at least in my lifetime, it's always been 21, and it's just kind of been like this thing of don't drink as much. I don't know.
Yeah. Is 21 kind of the base age for many? Sorry, we're getting really serious.
This is very serious, guys, man. This is informative.
You can be 18 and do. But you can be 18 and do a lot of other things that can't you? I don't know.
Because
you don't know what the fuck you're doing at 18.
Exactly, because they changed.
I know what I'm doing.
They changed the 21. They changed the drinking to 21, kept everything else the way it was. Like 18 was like you're an adult, and then they changed the drinking, but they kept everything else 18.
Yeah,
serve in the military, you can vote, blah blah blah. You're legally can sign contracts. So so everyone always says if I can serve my country, if I can vote, why can't I drink? Which is a fair thing. But here's my thing. I think people should stop saying that because they're not going to change the drinking law back. No. They're going to make everything else 21. So you're going to be an adult when you're 21. So 20-year-olds are going to be like, what the hell? So I don't know. And also, we had prohibition and in the 1920s, we couldn't drink at all. So I don't know. Very culturally anti beer, but that's why we're here. To get the beer out. We're gonna, it's 2022. We're going to be drinking lots of beer.
I've got another beer as well. I've got another beer out that I'm going to try soon. It looks I picked it earlier because the can looked great. It's called Feral Brewing Biggie Juice. Some sort of hog.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a East Coast IPA. So, that'd be cool.
That's great. I keep seeing that meme. Allegedly, there was a hog that got into a bunch of beer and drank a bunch of beer cans. No idea if that's true. It could be some beer misinformation, but sounds cool. I'll go with it.
Plenty of it.
They're beer cans?
I don't know. I guess, it brings up a lot of questions. How did you get the beer cans open? I have no idea.
So, Phil.
Sorry, beer can, don't they?
Yeah. Phil, you're kind of renowned for drinking all these mental fucking beers that no one else wants to drink. What's your go-to? If you've got home from work or whatever you do, I don't know what you do.
Sure.
If you've got home, what would you drink? Just
I just want a regular beer. Well, I do. As much as I make fun of it, I do like a nice lager. If I'm just having dinner, a pizza or something like that. But my all-time favorite beer style for talking craft beers is a red ale. So if I could have any beer, I like to keep a reserve of some really good craft red ales. Those are my jam. I'm like, oh my gosh. There's one here locally. Three Weavers Brewing makes a delicious red ale. I had one. I'm trying to remember the brewery right now, but I had one from California. I've been like I told you guys at the beginning. I'm drinking 50 beers in each state, and when I started doing California, where I live, I had a brewery here in Southern California that had a red ale that like I was gonna try to like save some of the beers and like trade them with other craft beer guys, and I drank the whole thing immediately because I was like, this is the best beer, one of the best beers I've ever had. It was a red ale.
Wow.
I think it was from Left Coast Brewing, so cheers to Left Coast Brewing. They make a delicious red ale, which is like one of my favorite styles. I don't know why. I think it kind of goes good with chicken wings. Do you guys have chicken wings?
We have chickens. We have chickens and chicken wings here. Yeah.
So I love the way that beer combines with chicken wings to like. For me, that's like my meth. Like I don't know. Like some people, I'm like, why would you need hard drugs? I have beer and chicken wings.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
I agree.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Actually, what you did eat. So are you doing the whole buffalo wing thing? That's pretty big. Is it all Frank's hot sauce?
Yes, Frank's hot sauce is we put on chicken wings, and there's something in Frank's hot sauce that is like I've been trying to figure it out. I actually did try. There was a Frank's red chicken wing sauce beer, which is delicious.
No,
it was
delicious. That'd be nice. Spicy.
But I don't know what a red ale is. Sorry, I'm being ignorant here, Josh. Do you know what a red ale is?
No, I don't. No, and this has got like ginger beer in it. I'm not sure.
It's kind of like a malty ale. It's kind of like a light, like malty. It has like a reddish hue to it. I think some of them kind of have like a higher ABV, but it just has like a pretty unique taste. If there's any craft breweries in Australia that make a red ale, I highly recommend it. It's like my favorite style.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look. Definitely.
Yeah, check them out.
Because I've never heard of a red ale either, to be honest. No.
So that brings up another thing, the craft beer scene, and because here, like every part of why I started Beer Goal and drinking 50 beers in each American state is I wanted to try all the craft breweries that are out there because I was like traveling with my family and I figured out that every little town that we went to had a craft brewery in it. Like every town, and even in like the big cities, like here in the Los Angeles area, like every neighborhood has its own like brewery. It's crazy. So I'm not exaggerating. Like if you go to like some small town in the middle of nowhere, it'll have its own like craft brewery in the town, or at least like a beer bar that like makes its own beer. So is in Australia, is the craft beer scene like that robust? Like do they have?
It's getting there. Like it's not as widespread because we've got much bigger area that's empty. So there's a lot of people that live in many areas. But look, there's certainly in the trendy areas of Sydney, in the eastern suburbs and places like that, we're seeing a lot more pop up left, right, and centre. And one of the big ones in Canberra, which is our capital of Australia, they've got Capital Brewing Company, who are
nice.
They used to do little runs up to Sydney to get all the ingredients and sell a door, and they've just exploded on the scene. So we see more and more of that. Unfortunately, what's happened in the past with a lot of the microbreweries, we refer to as microbreweries, they got swallowed up by the big brewers, and they've kind of, but they still market them as craft or as microbreweries.
No, really, when you look into it, it's like a big corporate.
What do you guys think about that? Because we have that thing here too, where AB and Bev, the owners of Budweiser, they'll buy like craft breweries, and for the brewer, it like makes a lot of sense. Like there's one here in California called Golden Road that got bought. There's Lagunitas I was talking about the other week. So what's funny to me is like as long as the product doesn't change, like they're getting bigger distribution, and a lot of like super craft beer guys, like beer snobs, will be like, oh, it's they sold out, it's not craft beer anymore. But it's like, well, if you enjoyed the beer before, you're still making a good product, and they didn't change any.
Yeah, can you imagine being one of those guys that have come up with this microbrewery, and then this massive corporate comes along and says, "We'll offer you X amount to take
millions of dollars."
Of course you would. Of course you would.
Right. Yeah.
I'd do it tomorrow. Yeah, be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's just snobbery on some people's parts because people want to go, I want the struggle of being able to find this beer that's really hard. I don't want anybody else drinking it. I don't want anybody else talking about it because I want to be unique. And I think that's what they hate about it, is that then they're going, oh, some other people are also drinking my, SpongeBob SquarePants IPA.
Good beer, actually. That's a really good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Salty, very salty.
Well, it's like kids who are into like rock bands or something. Like, man, I only like listen to this band
That's it.
that
Yeah,
you find in my friend's basement, man. Now that they have a record deal,
underground. Yeah,
like,
I like them before they were famous.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like fine, just only drink your friend's homebrew. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Awesome.
I think the more it can be accessible, the more it can be out there. And I think that, do you know what? It's good to see that Budweiser are not getting the 99% share of the market all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
Right. Exactly.
you go out there and now there's freaking 30 taps to choose from, and that
I love it. I love it. I love
Consumer wins.
it. I love it. Cheers. That's awesome. Well, if anybody's still joining us right now, this is Drinking Buddies. I'm talking to Josh and Chris from Beer Buddy Podcast. Everybody check out the Beer Buddy Podcast.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a website, or where can they find
We
the
do.
Beer Buddy Podcast?
It's really difficult to remember. It's www.beerbuddypodcast.com.
Clever.
Boom. There it is.
There you go.
That's awesome.
It's a good one.
Look, and
I mean,
we talk about beer. We have a guest ale each week, so we talk about the particular beer that we're drinking during the podcast. We do a bit of weird beer news, but then it goes off for the rest of the probably next 35 minutes off completely left field and doesn't
just
really
random
beer at all.
Yeah.
But
just
we
all
have,
whale
very
whale
loosely
testicles.
beer based.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
we have a segment. Josh does a segment called Dear Josh, where he gets lots of agony aunt letters written to him, and he helps and dispenses invaluable advice. We've got weird news. What else we've got? We've got animal twats.
Animal twats.
Animal twat.
That's where we discuss.
It sounds weird when you say it out loud, right?
Animals,
it's when we just
I think that's one of those words that like you guys are allowed to say, and Americans are like, no, like don't say.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I don't know. Like, you guys have a couple of those. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. So animals.
I think I know
animals. Yeah. And then, so it's how did Beer Buddy Podcast? How did Beer Buddy Podcast get started? You guys have been doing this for a while, or
not really? Like October, I think last year.
No.
I mean,
look, October last year.
Josh set up Beer Buddy as an entity, and you can talk about that.
No, I mean, like hardly an entity. It was like a Facebook group where, but like, okay, so going back all the way, I moved to Australia in 6 years ago, and I didn't have any friends because I didn't know anyone here, so I thought I'd try and. I went on one of the dad groups and started up a group saying let's all meet for a beer. Loads of people turned up. We had a few events where we can catch up and meet new people. And then we had a few kind of events where we'd raise money for charity, doing different things. And I think we raised about 20,000 Aussie dollars in the end. And then that kind of fizzled out after some time. And then, Chris has kind of been wanting to do a podcast, and I kind of had Beer Buddy. So we take it from there. And and it's, as Chris said, it's not really, it's not purely about beer. It's very loosely beer based, but we just chat shit most of the time.
Have a conversation. Yeah, that's what it's about. I love that. Like using beer as a launching pad for the issues, what's going on, weird stuff. I think that's great.
Lots of weird stuff, yeah.
And you know what? Go ahead. We're doing it for ourselves more than anybody else. Like we said, as long as we can get together every week and have a chat and have a laugh for an hour.
Yeah, exactly right.
Who else entertains, really?
That's a great way of looking at it. Well, the five people watching right now agree. So that's
right.
People say.
Well, I admire your guys' like authenticity, because I have like megalomania dreams for beer goals. One of them being that I want to invite you guys to. So this is kind of like our cheers across continents with USA and Australia. So coming up in April, on April 7th, we have here in the States National Beer Day. With National Beer Day for the past 4 years, we've been doing something called the world's largest virtual beer toast. So the idea is we get people from just like what we're doing now, but like instead it's like people from all over every continent, every state in the U.S., as many countries as possible. We want to get people all together. Hashtag beer so you can see my shirt, Beer the World Together. So I'd like to invite you guys to be ambassadors for Australia and help Beer the World Together April 7th, which I think if we do it at the same time, it'll be April 8th in Australia. So April 8th for Australia, we're going to hashtag Beer the World Together, the world's largest virtual beer toast, 4th annual. Hopefully this year, the past couple of years, we haven't been able to actually go to a brewery. So hopefully this year we'll be in person at a brewery, and we're going to have a toast with the world. Everybody raise up a glass at the same time. You can post pictures, videos, If you know breweries and bars that want to participate, that's what we're going to be doing. So what do you guys say? Beer Buddies be the Australian ambassador?
I'd say so, yeah.
All right.
And we
It'd be
may
funny if
even
you guys
have
are like, no.
we may even have a brewery in mind that we can.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Good, dude.
Very cool.
Think about that.
All right. So everybody check that out. And with that, I have the rest of this beer to go. I got to catch up if you guys see this. So what I'm thinking is that I will, to get rid of this pepper beer, if this is my Hatch Blonde, what is this? The Hatch Pepper Blonde Ale by K2 Brewing. I think I'm going to chug it. What do you guys think?
Oh, I mean, I would personally pour it down the sink, but yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm going to chug it.
He's true blue. He's a piss pot through and through. What was the rest of that song?
I don't know it. Wow, that was intense.
Well done.
Oh.
Any exciting comments? Blake Buchanan's the one, isn't he? Shut up, Blake. No, I disagree. What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Michael Hall, Jeep. What's Jeep Bar? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Jeep Bar.
It's just like
Jeep
where
Bar,
he wants
Michael.
to go. That's where he's going to be toasting from.
Oh,
Why not?
Wow, my throat is burning, guys.
Yeah,
and you can genuinely taste the pepper. Like
it's pepper. It's like drinking pepper. It's like someone went boom, 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 pepper in my beer, and I just chugged pepper. It reminds me of something like a kid did in high school. We like dared him to like pour pepper in his
Were
milk.
you that kid?
The cinnamon.
No,
Are you sure?
I wasn't. No, he when I say put it in, he put like a whole container of.
Yeah, I remember when I was at a pub years ago. I was probably about 18. We all offered our mate £5 each. £5. This was in the UK to drink a whole glass of vinegar, and he did it. He got like £100 out of it in the end, but I couldn't personally do it. I'd vomit. But
who was laughing in the end?
yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys. Now I'm out of beer. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.
Having a cheers all the way from USA to Australia. Look forward to seeing you guys again. World's largest virtual beer toast. Is there anything else? Any beer questions about America that you guys had?
Beer questions about
No.
Wow.
Well, I also visited Fort Worth in Texas, and that was a cracking place for craft breweries.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, big shout out to Fort Worth. Yeah, I'm coming back.
Oh, I just had a really strong beer of theirs. It was like a limoncello beer. It was delicious. It was like a 16% beer. It was like wow, that was great.
That's got to be one of the stronger beers, hasn't it? 16%.
Yeah, 16% was amazing.
What would it get you, Phil? After a few of those, how would you feel?
Oh, Munded! I'd be Munded! Yes, I'm Munded! Oh, I was like, how would I feel? I would be Munded. Not mounted, Munded. I love that. Thank you so much for teaching me new Australian slang for getting hammered. I love it. All right, well, thank you guys so much, everybody. And where can you find Beer Buddy Podcast? BeerBuddyPodcast.com?
Yes, I mean, we're on all the kind of your main platforms like Spotify, iTunes.
All right, and check it out. You'll be tagged in this post. Check out their name. Be tagged on their Facebook page. Like it. Follow their podcast. All right, Josh and Chris from Australia, Beer Buddy Podcast. All right, cheers, guys.
Hooray!
We're all together.
All right.
Cheers, everybody. Have a great night. Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.